Alright, what I'm about to point out to you, nobody's going to like. The Defense Department is guaranteed going to start watching me. Everyone's going to start hating on me. The people who know I'm right are going to pretend I'm wrong and pretend my argument makes no sense at all and make fun of it and have other people make fun of it on their behalf. So, this is from about.com, histories of 1900.com. If you notice, most of the, when I show you something, it's rarely from Wikipedia unless it's a picture. There's a reason for that. I like to diversify my sources and I like to look for the most valid sources possible, especially when presenting this extreme sort of alternative information. Now, the rise and fall of the Berlin Wall. Historical importance of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was the physical division between between West Berlin and East Germany. However, it was also the symbolic boundary between democracy and communism during the Cold War. Now look at the time period. 1961 to 1981. I was born in the early 80s. Around this time period, I was around 10. I'm just going to throw that number out there because I can't give my exact birthday, but I'm going to say, okay, I was around 10, right? So you're telling me that a bunch of bootlickers had a wall in Germany because they were sucking away the German knowledge just like they did in Africa. But what knowledge are we talking about here? What knowledge? We're talking about tool society. We're talking about mind control. We're talking about symbols, occult rituals, Heinrich Himmler, Eichmann, Goebbels, the occult. Oh, but what am I'm going off on a tangent. See, I'm getting worked up here already, man. I just got through the first paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish this for you. Okay. Overview of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was erected in the dead of night and for 28 years kept East Germans from fleeing to the west. Its destruction, which was nearly as instantaneous as its creation, was celebrated around the world. A divided Berlin. At the end of the World War II, the Allied powers conquered Germany into 4 zones, each occupied by either the United States, Great Britain, France, or the Soviet Union. Let me say this again. United States, Great Britain, France, Soviet Union. Key. This is key. This is key. As the relationship, look how they describe it. The relationship As the relationship in the Soviet Union and the other 3 Allied powers quickly disintegrated, the cooperative atmosphere of the occupation of Germany turned competitive and aggressive. Although an eventual reunification of Germany had been intended, the new relationship between the Allied powers turned Germany into West versus East, democracy versus communism. Well, that's quite interesting. So you're telling me the place where Weishaupt was setting up the Illuminati was occupied during the civil rights movement of the 60s and during the Nigerian Civil War of 67 to 70 and during all the following crisis, the Panama Canal, all this shit, right? Hugo Chavez, Gaddafi during this time is emerging as a figurehead. Saddam Hussein, the people who set him up are emerging. Think about it. The Ba'ath Party. Think about it. The Hagen Gardens, the Ba'ath. In 1849, this new organization of Germany became official when the 3 zones occupied by the United... Okay, I've said that already. Okay, the zone occupied by the Soviet Union quickly followed by forming East Germany, the German Democratic Republic. The same division into West and East occurred in Berlin. Since the city of Berlin had been situated entirely within the Soviet zone of occupation, West Berlin became an island of democracy within communist East Germany. Mass immigration. So, obviously, there's a lot of immigration. Okay, they call it the economic miracle. It goes on to talk about the different zones and how the Soviets, they use the word pilfered factory equipment and other valuable assets. So they admit on record that they were in Germany plundering everything. The occult books, the assets. What is an asset if not information? You think a bunch of KGB and a bunch of CIA, a bunch of Mossad, a bunch of French fucks are going to be sitting in Germany with all this occult information that allowed them to rise to power and almost take over the world and not do the same thing? Rewind. You think all these secret society assholes from Russia, oh Tsar, oh Anastasia, from France, the Jacobins, revolution, cut off with their head, America, the American Revolution, Patrick Henry, Benjamin fucking Franklin, George fucking Washington, Thomas flying fucking Jefferson, Thomas fucking Adams. Think about it. And they're these revolutionary motherfuckers who conspired to take over the throne from other motherfuckers are going to be sitting in White House kitchen with all the material on how a pinky in the brain can take over, and they're not going to pilfer that as well? Let me go on. How did the Germans inspire such a nationalist sentiment in their people when they're putting Jews in ovens? You think that wouldn't interest the MK Ultra Operation Paperclip motherfuckers in the CIA? And the military-industrial complex? Come on. Industrial complex? Mafia? Controlling the 10 largest industrial corporations? Military-industrial complex? Is Israel, where all the gangsters and the tyrants go to seek asylum, and all the mobsters like Ben Siegel? Come on. Meyer fucking Lansky. Think. Why did they smoke Siegel in Vegas? Why did Lansky walk his fucking dog in Israel? Think. Let me go on. You talk about the refugees and having 2.5 million people lost, and there's a max exodus, and the Germans are moved around here, the Germans are moved around there, trucks, soldiers, constructions, blah blah blah. Only has like 2 minutes and fucking, you know what I'm saying? There's like 2 pages of this shit. I only got a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna just breeze through this motherfucker. The size and scope of the Berlin Wall, it's a big fucking wall, big old fucking transformations, 28 fucking year history, blah blah blah. People treated like shit. We go to the next page. The Berlin Wall, blah, 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 there's no man's land, people getting fucking dumped on, heads getting split, motherfuckers extorting everything, the women, the fucking jewels, the fucking knowledge, the assets, everything. They're just robbing the shit out of the Germans. Everything that Hitler made, the scum are taking, and they're taking psychiatry, and they're taking scientists, and they're taking notebooks, Operation Paperclip, Paperclip, Paperclip. They're paperclipping their ideas with the scum's ideas, and they're applying them on you. A German fucking death camp. That's the institution they're creating. Don't you fucking see? They don't give a shit who gives them the system. They care if it works or not, if it's going to further their agenda. So if a madman who wants to fucking take over the world and thinks all Jews and blacks are inferior is the way for them to take over the world and create a nationalist sentiment at the same fucking time, you bet your black, white, yellow, green, pink ass that they will fucking do it that way. You betcha. You motherfucking betcha. You want to know what the underlying cause for our Nazi fucking style institution? World War II. Adam Weishaupt, King Georgie. You want to know what the underlying cause for a bunch of cocksuckers sticking their penis up your fucking ass and you having to take it? The Waffen SS. The Luftwaffe flying around like there's a bunch of Satan's fucking demon fucking angels coming down like a fucking plague of hell angels bikers on your ass. Bunch of neo-Nazis in Moscow. You're gonna sit there and act like all the Woods didn't start a whole fascist fucking movement after 1989 when there's fucking skinheads marching all over the fucking world like it's World War fucking III. Come on. Come on. And do you think that when I have to choose between a bunch of Nazi assholes and a bunch of raghead fucking terrorists, that I'm not gonna create my own fucking side that says fuck both of them? I'm gonna end it there before I fucking get really pissed off.